Just between us, your weekly go-to for Bible study.
An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
What do they do at Bible study?
They read the Bible. What do you mean?
What's the study part?
You talk about what different things could
mean.
It's
like a book club. It's a Bible book club.
Yeah, it's a book club.
We'll go back to Bible book club. This week on the show, I brought my husband, John Blakesley, back, both because I like him and because our videos with him do better than average.
Wow. I mean, it is because of John, but I also think it's because it's like you guys are giving marriage advice, and how many people in our age group are able to get marriage advice from people in our age group, you know what I mean?
Or
honest.
I'm a star.
Yeah, John's a star. But you guys are good at giving advice. Like, you guys could be like a couple on a show who like sits down with the couples on the reality show and is like, you know, like on The Bachelor when they sit down and they're like, okay, here's our advice. You guys could do that.
I would love that.
You would be mischievous, though.
Why?
Because you are by nature mischievous.
No.
Yeah. Do you think she would give kind of like fake advice? Yeah.
I've been giving real advice now for years.
And you were giving me advice just now.
Yeah. Will you listen?
I'm thinking about it. You know what it is? I'm at least aware of what not to do, and so not doing it. Right?
You should give Gabe mischief advice.
No, it's too dangerous.
Chaos in the world.
It's too dangerous.
So this week's topic is, how do you know if you're compatible? I will add enough with somebody.
Okay.
Because nobody is completely compatible.
Okay.
And so how do you know when it's like, oh, there's enough here that like every day of our lives won't be a constant power struggle?
Sure. You go.
Okay, I have a story.
Okay, great.
Okay, I have a story about me and Allison.
Okay.
So when me and Allison started dating, she goes to me, thank you. She goes to me, I don't like herbs.
Okay.
I can't eat herbs. Any herbs.
Got it.
Okay. And I'm like kind of a gourmand, you know?
Yes,
I like
you like
herbs.
food.
I like food. I like
you
herbs.
Cook. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to live my life with bland cooking forever? No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And so then, I'm thinking, like, I don't know.
Were you going to break up with me?
I don't know. It was definitely like, is this going to be a power struggle for the rest of our life? What can I live with here?
When two people have different food stuff, it can be a little difficult.
It's a big thing, but for us still. But then we go out to Lala's Argentine Grill.
Oh, I love Lala's.
Lala's Argentine Grill.
Yes.
Which Allison at the time said was her favorite restaurant.
Love that place.
Allison's favorite restaurant changes every 10 minutes. But at that time, it was Lala's Argentine Grill.
That's a great grill.
So we go out to the grill.
Yeah.
And they serve bread with chimichurri sauce.
Oh.
And Allison had just been telling me about how she cannot eat parsley. She hates parsley. I love parsley. I put in plenty of things. I'm like, how am I going to, I'm not going to eat parsley for the rest of my life? She's sopping up the chimichurri sauce with the bread.
You just didn't know what was in it?
Yum, yum, yum. This is so delicious. I could eat this on everything. This sauce, I wish we could buy this sauce, bring it home. I would eat this sauce every day. She's like, I love chimichurri sauce. I'm like, you mean the parsley herb sauce?
Yeah, you didn't know what it was, huh?
Turns out, Allison basically just doesn't like rosemary.
Yeah, I could see that because it's prickly.
And
it tastes disgusting to me. Okay, but last night you were making a dish and you'd made it once before. And what had you put in it the last time that I didn't like?
Cumin seeds.
Cumin seeds. I said, please don't use it tonight.
Here's the question, though. If you had never seen the cumin seeds...
No, I tasted the cumin.
But you never know for sure.
I did.
You never know
I
for
tasted
sure.
it. Because a lot of times I'll say I won't like something and then I do like it. That time I really, truly didn't like the cumin taste.
But you like cumin, ground cumin.
I don't know what that is.
I can live without as much rosemary in my life.
Sure.
Without seeding all of herbs.
Got it. Yes.
So out of everything about me, the fact that I just gotten out of a broken engagement, that I'm mentally ill, that like I'm way too close with my parents, you were just like all fine, but herbs might be my deal breaker.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how you know you're compatible, because that's such a small deal breaker.
What, I'm going to eat bland food for the rest of my life?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, I think it's like each person's answer is so different.
Right.
Right? Like, it might seem like really silly to one person to ruin what could become a wonderful and fulfilling marriage over herbs. But for another...
You eat 3 meals a day.
That's a lot. No,
food is a critical part of your relationship.
I am with you. Food is almost a number one.
Yeah.
Because if you're on a diet, the other person's not on that particular same diet. I mean, if somebody's like, I eat keto, but I'm a vegetarian, it's like, we're fucked.
Interestingly, Allison deciding to go full veg did not really disrupt our relationship.
Because I think that makes sense because you're not guessing on ingredients. You're like, she just won't have this.
Right.
But actually, since we've started dating, you've become a vegetarian at home for the most part, other than tuna fish.
Yeah.
And so you eat way less meat since being with me.
It's true. So I could do that. And I didn't think I could do that at the beginning. Yeah. So you can also find out what is real deal breaker.
Right. Yeah.
But I had an herb salad for lunch yesterday.
Oh, suck it. I mean, look, it's also like, how much can you stomach, right? Or like, we have different bedtimes, but is that okay? Like we have different bedtimes. That's fine. But one of my exes was like, it makes me feel unromantic if we don't go to bed at the same time.
So that's a perfect example, right? Because it's like the compatibility issue is not necessarily do you go to bed at the same time. It's do you both care that you don't go to bed at the same time? Or does one person care, one person doesn't? Like I think that's almost like how you get into it is like how much resentment or disconnection or annoyance does the incompatibility cause? Because there's always going to be some level of incompatibility.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, it is easier to date someone where you like the same things, but it also can get you in a loop. Like when I've dated people who love movies, it's so fun. We go see every movie, like, yay, but we're not doing anything different. Whereas like Alex had me going outside more and I brought him to the movies and then he would be like, oh, he had told himself, I don't like movies because I don't want to sit for that long. But then when we would go, he'd be like, I had a great time. Or like, I'd be like, oh my God, I don't want to walk like 2 hours after I just worked out. You know what I mean? But then it's like, oh, well, that was fun and I liked being outside. So like, there are things that...
Who does this remind me of?
I like being outside.
Well, you do, but how many times is it something... You complain, I don't like this, I don't want to do this, and then you say, oh, that was a really nice time.
That was nice, yeah.
I have anticipation anxiety.
Yeah.
Big time.
And I know you've said that you get anticipation anxiety for things you even enjoy doing. But there's like, it's just kind of, it's nice to like the same stuff, but there's also something to someone pushing you to try other things.
Allison said in her Hinge profile that she didn't want to be with someone who couldn't open their hearts to Mamma Mia or Mamma Mia to Here We Go Again.
That's what it said?
And
something
like that.
That's so earnest.
No, I don't think it said. It said, like, change my mind about why Mamma Mia 2 is better than Mamma Mia 1 or something.
Yeah.
It was goofy. They were clever. It wasn't sincere. It was.
But you said something like you have to, a deal breaker is you need to
be open to Mamma Mia 2.
Mama and Mamma Mia 2. And I'm not really open to either of them.
This is crazy to me because you read books about people going to Greece. That's just what Mamma Mia is about.
It's so different. It couldn't be
Mamma Mia is about going to Greece.
You didn't tell me how much you disliked the Mamma Mia franchise until like 3 months ago. We're already married. Yes. What am I going to do?
Right.
You knew it wasn't my thing.
I didn't know how much you actively disliked it.
Okay, no. First of all, actively disliked it is not true.
That's something that would take up a lot of his time. Here
is my opinion on the Mamma Mia franchise.
Okay.
It's how I feel. How I imagine I would feel like if we had a little kid who went in the backyard and made like a fun little movie with a camcorder with their friends and showed it to us. And I'd be like, oh, that's so cute and nice.
Interesting.
It's a global phenomenon.
But not like this is a good movie. It just seems like a bunch of famous people made a movie in Greece together and had a great time doing it.
Yeah.
I don't disparage anyone who likes it. But I just don't find it.
You.
Well, it's actually one.
Here we go. We get.
Here we go again. It's actually one of the only movie musicals or like jukebox musicals that I think actually makes sense.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And the sequel's even better. How often does that happen?
Yeah.
So another thought that I have is that like I think a thing that you have to be compatible about more so than like hobbies or preferences is what type of relationship you want.
Yes, what type of life you want.
What type of like so there are going to be some couples that like I don't care if we have separate hobbies.
Yeah.
Like I actually don't care if I only see you at the very end of the day because like my work and my friends fulfill me and then like 1 hour together, good.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the other person's like, no, I want to be in contact with you all day, like that's an incompatibility. So I feel like we like focus on things that are like, what do I eat? What do you have for breakfast? What do I have?
Right.
Or like, how much do I want our relationship to take up our lives? Like, what level of commitment do we want? Like, what do we care about family? Do we care about travel? Do we, like things like, what does the relationship look like? That you have to be on the same page about.
Yeah, definitely.
What?
And
no, I agree with you.
And if that means also, to me, that includes flexibility too. So it's like, are we both flexible on stuff? Are we both, like, I have friends who they don't like doing any of the same stuff, but they're like flexible on that, So like, I think a level of even just not as a couple, but even you as a person before you get into a relationship, what do you want your life to look like?
Right.
And then bring someone else into it. But what do you specifically want your life to look like? I did not want to be glued at the hip, only doing things with one person's family. I wanted to talk to my own parents and like have, and that's saying something.
And I mean, like, right, like, it's like, okay, we get along so well, we have amazing chemistry, but you want to live in Europe and I don't.
Right. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. There are certain things that, like, you can make work, like us having different diets or interests or even bedtimes, but, like, the big stuff is much harder.
Yeah.
And also, like, compatibility, it also matters, like, how much do certain things matter to you, right? Because, like, if I'm a super religious person, then it's going to matter that he's Catholic and I'm Jewish.
Right.
But if I'm not, and I'm more just, like, culturally Jewish, then it's fine. And so it's so individual, but you have to figure out what you want and, like, what matters to you.
And sometimes there's only like one incompatibility, and so you go, well, we should stay together because there's only this one incompatibility. But if that keeps coming up, and if that's like, you don't have, that could be enough to be like, yeah, this isn't working. There could be someone for whom this isn't a fight every 2 weeks.
And what came out with us was that actually Allison only doesn't like curly parsley. She's fine with She's fine with flat leaf parsley, which is my preferred parsley anyway.
You have to understand that I grew up with my grandma using parsley as garnish. It was on every plate, but you were not supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. And
I do eat it.
And you weren't meant to eat it. It was like a decorative flower.
Well, you're meant to eat parsley a lot of times, yeah.
I'd say an incompatibility that I just had to learn to live with and get over is that, like, you don't share everything with me. You're a pretty private, secretive person, and, like, I can't demand that you tell me something before you're ready to tell me. And that was really hard for me, but that was, like, a thing I could work through and get over.
I think there's a difference. I think there's some people, like me and you, will just start talking and telling people. I think there's certain people for whom they're like, well, I should be asked, or I should wait until the information's important. Or I
think I had to really earn your trust for you to tell me everything. Whereas, like, I'll probably just kind of tell everything to someone on the street.
I know. Is that a red flag that you and I will just tell anybody anything?
I think so.
It is, right? Okay.
It is.
So Italian flat leaf parsley, no problem. Marriage back on. We
have very different lives, the three of us. You know what I mean? Just like sort of the way we live.
The four of us, really.